Hello everybody on YouTube, it's your boy, the Memphis XLR8, back at you with another episode of Check This Out. The show we take a look at whatever deck we want to take a look at, and we have ourselves a good old time with it. Today everybody, we're taking a look at a bit of a fan suggestion. I was asked to take a new, fresher look at some Dark Lord Nurse Reficule Burn. Good old Nurse Burn, one of the most obnoxious troll decks to have ever existed. Today, everybody, we'll be taking a look at the Dark Lord Nurse. We're going to be setting ourselves up, attempting to heal our opponents to death, as we like to do. So, we got ourselves a deck that's all about turboing out Dark Lord Nurse Reficule, and healing our opponents to death. It's very straightforward sort of deck. Very easy to understand how it works. There's no really big, complicated combos to this deck. It's very clean and simple, just like a hospital. So, very appropriate there. So, real quick, I'm going to go over the list of cards we'll be using today. And then we're going to get right into some duels on EDO Pro where we show off how this deck works in some live duels. So, here's the list, and then we get right into the games. So, for our main deck today, we have one copy of a Dark Lord Ichel, 3 copies of the titular Dark Lord Nurse Reficule, 3 copies of Condemned Witch, 3 copies of the Pot of Extravagant, 3 copies of the Pot of Duality, 3 copies of Banishment to the Dark Lords, 1 Upstart Gablin, 1 Card of Demise, 1 copy of the Forbidden Lance. We have 2 copies of Waking of the Dragon, 2 copies of Secret Barrel, 3 copies of Gift Card, 3 copies of Paths of Destiny, 2 copies of Magic Cylinder, 3 copies of a Triune Guess, 2 copies Blazing Mirror Force, 2 Trap Trick, and 2 copies of the Dark Cure. And yes, we're not running Simochi this time, just trying something a little bit different. Now, as for the extra deck, we have things like Linkuriboh for luck, 1 copy of Nightmare Phoenix and Unicorn, just in the off chance we can use either of them. For fusions, we're playing 2 Last Warrior for Another Planet, 2 Chimeratech Vortex Dragon, 2 Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, 2 Dragoon, 2 copies of Chimeratech Mega Fleet Dragon, and 2 Exterio. These are all basically just here for the pots, but if Waking goes off, I like some annoying stuff, and we do want to play all fusions or all syncs, that sort of deal. Now, as for the side deck, very important, the side deck with this deck, if you are up against a giant combo deck, which is what Dark Cure is about, but if you are up against a giant combo deck, you find yourself going second too many times, I would highly recommend some Nibiru action, very good for just clearing out a board of your opponents. We don't have to worry about being negated and whatnot. And we are playing things up Magic Cylinder to just make that token into a giant death trap. So that's an option. You also have things like Lilith, the Lady of Lamentations, who can search out your normal traps. Little tricky because we use our normal summon a lot on the Reficule or the Condemned Witch, but if you find like you need more trap searching, that's an option. You also have things like Call by Grave, if you feel like you're searching, which we do just a bit of. If you feel like that's getting negated too many times, throw in the Call by the Grave. If you want to just have no friends whatsoever, you don't care what people think about you or your life choices, I would highly recommend the Mystic Mine. Because that's just pure defense, and it doesn't affect Reficule at all. 3 copies of that and a couple copies of Demise of the Land will sit you just fine. It's even better than throwing in Nibiru if you think about it, but this has a bit more respectability to it. You also have things like Ichiroku's Ledger Book, which is a card I was thinking about running because it lets you banish your opponent's stuff, gives them life points. They get their cards back, but it fits thematically with the deck. It just doesn't fit as well as like the Blazing Mirror Force and things. But you could run this in lieu of the Blazing or the Magic Cylinders if those aren't to your liking. And of course, last we have Bad Reaction Simochi, which normally I would run 3 of, but I'm trying something different with this particular build. We're trying to just focus on Reficule. We're not playing essentially, 9 copies of Reficule, so, I figured we will try without the Simochi this one time. So, that's the deck we have today. Let's go ahead and EDO Pro now, show it off, show you how it works, show you the wombos and the combos. Alright, here are first upon another day, another card game. And we want to go first as often as you humanly can. This is a very hard going first deck, I should say. Okay, that's an interesting opening hand. It's certainly an interesting one. We still need Reficule, though. So we're going to try and get into that last. I mean, we've got a lot of the stuff we need to make Refikul do the thing she likes to do. Unfortunately, we didn't draw into any of it yet, but it's okay. We'll set a couple cards, we'll pass, and we'll see what happens. You know, that happens every once in a while. You plan for the best, and sometimes you get the worst, but at the very least, we have something. And what is this guy playing? Dimension Shifter? I don't care. I don't need my graveyard. My graveyard is irrelevant to me. Most decks love the grave. Me, I don't care. Well, if I'm gonna lose this anyway, let's play Try and Guess. You know, normally we use this to burn our opponent. We make, you know, we check who has the most of something. The most gets life points. But in this rare case, we can actually potentially use this to gain some life points of our own. And we also get to see what our opponent's playing. So he's playing some Exceeds. Okay, so now we know to pick Exceeds. This is good. Now later, we will know when to do what. Okay, so this guy is playing... this is that new archetype, the Kshatri or whatever they're called. It will be very funny if I actually pronounce that name right. The Kshatri. Kshatri-la. Yeah, this is a very annoying archetype in and of itself, because it's like every time... when this card declares an attack, or if your opponent activates a monster effect, target effect... Yeah, well, luckily, I don't play a lot of monster effects. I mostly do the one monster... Like, the only monster effect I activate that would really affect me in this way would if I draw into Condemned Witch. But if I hard draw into Refikul, like, this will do nothing, essentially. This will do nothing. He also has the Ascended Thunderman, which I presume he's going to Exceed Summon into this guy. What does this do again? During the standby, summon a monster from the deck, blah blah. Every time a monster card is banished, choose an unused monster zone, cannot be used. This card will be destroyed. I don't care. I drew a Refikul. I drew into Refikul. I'm pretty sure we're good. Let's see. Yeah. Because literally all I need to do is summon Refikul. All instances of life point gain are now turned into a damage. And I drew into the terrible threesome. The mighty gift card, the all-powerful Try and Guess, and the Paths of Destiny. Also Forbidden Lance. If you're wondering why we have Lance, it's in case of Imperm. It's literally just in case of Imperm. That is the whole point of that. So, as we say, GG no re, Paths of Destiny. Both flip a coin. Doesn't matter what my opponent picks. He loses either way. We'll pick Exceeds, because he obviously has more Exceeds than I do. And we'll play the gift card for overkill. And that's the idea of this deck, ladies and gentlemen. It is so clean and so simplistic. You hardly need to use half your brain cells, because then your opponent just kind of dies. So, there you go. That's what this deck does. And we didn't even start off. We didn't start with Refikul. It's that my opponent was trying to lock me. Little did he know that my deck is so foolproof, it's foolproof against myself. So it is proof against him as well. So, there's our first duel. You get a perfect understanding of what this deck is trying to do. It's so simple, even Necrolink Kitty could play it. And that's saying something. So, let's go for duel number 2. Just see what other opponents we can duel against. You know, it's going to be the same combo over and over, but we're going to see what other decks we can mess with tonight. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. Don't get to pick again. That is unfortunate. And this opening hand, well, it's not a great opening hand, so I guess that's okay. It's okay that we don't get to go first this time, because we didn't really open into a great hand, but I've got Refikul, I've got Upstart, so I can draw a card and burn my opponent. I've got the Pot, although I can't play both at the same time, so depending on what we draw into, probably just use the Pot, to be honest. It's probably just safer that way, because then I get 2 cards. Then I get 2 of them things. 2 of them things, 2 of them things. So we'll see how it goes. Although if I get Itchel, that's probably even better. So we'll see how it goes. Many things are open to us, but first we must sit through the DDD player, which could take a fair amount of time, because they do some stuff. Although it seems my opponent didn't start with a whole lot, so that's good. Oh, Dark Cure. If only I'd gone first for that. This thing is poisoned to a combo deck. So let's see here. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start with the Pot of Extravagant. Go ahead and banish some cards, draw some more cards. Hey, Itchel is here. I can use Itchel later. So let's set Trap Trick. We'll set the Pods of Destiny. We shall set the Dark Cure. And let me think about this. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Maiden this time around. Good old Maiden. I am no maidenless fool. I shall have my lance. I'll have my lance and I will I'll smoke the lance. I don't know what was going on with that one. But we have ourselves an opening board and we have ourselves pretty set for next turn. So basically what's going to happen is standby phase, his stuff activates. But we need to wait for the main phase to do stuff. And he's going to take some damage, which is good for me, bad for him. He just doesn't know it yet. He don't know it yet, but I've got Nurse Refacool. Call the... No! I needed that to live. Alright, well... Unfortunate. I was hoping to kill him this turn, but I think we're going to have to wait till next turn. But it's okay. He's already taken off some of his own life points. And I still have Trap Trick. I can just tag into my Blazing Meter Force if need be. So I'm not super worried by any means. This kind of worries me because I don't for the life of me remember what it does. Declares an attack. Points life points 4,011. Can't be destroyed by battle. No damage from battles involved. Intrepid monster apply an effect. Huh. So what are the effects again of this thing? Attack directly. Opponent cannot activate the effects of cards that are in a spell trap zone. Cannot activate effects of cards that are in the hand of the GY. Wow, that's an obnoxious dude. That could be a very big issue. But yeah, we're just gonna have to sit through it, unfortunately. Luckily, this thing doesn't have a starting attack in the value. But I have to have, like, less life points for it to do anything, so... We'll see. We'll see, indeed. I think you can make Siegfried. Siegfried's, like, level... I thought it was an 8. Maybe it's a 7. No, Gurugamesh. Gurugamesh. Dang old Ash Punch. I really should just throw in that Call of the Haunted. Called by the Grave, whatever. I keep calling Called by the Grave Call of the Haunted. I don't know why. It just kind of, it feels right. I don't know. But, yeah, my opponent, he summoned stuff, but he made a glaring issue that he can rectify to a degree. Basically, he should have put that over here. Because then he could have pendulumed a bunch, but he did not do that. Oh, wait, no, he can make Beowulf, can't he? Ooh, that's not good. If he makes Beowulf, I'm in a bit of a problem, because that's a spell trap nuke. No, he made Deus Machina. Okay. Still not doing it. I'm not gonna just randomly play stuff. Target DD, damage is halved, take damage. You're doing half my job for me, but so thank you. I will say thank you, sir. It's always nice when your opponent is just the kindest, sweetest person and does half of your job for you. What is he doing? So he's popping my stuff, I presume. Trap Trick. Trick my trap. Oh, wait, no, that's a spell trap Nagat, isn't it? Oh, well. It was like, I'm gonna lose it anyway. Had to give it a shot. Had to give it a shot, man. All I need to do is, like, live for a turn. And if I can live, like, what does this thing do again? Monster activates an effect. Well, I don't activate no effects. No, I'm good. I could weaken his monster. That is true. True, but I have enough life points. I don't really need to do anything. The only thing I worry about is Genghis, who can, like, negate my stuff. That's the only, like, problem card right at the moment. I don't have quite enough damage to do the damage. Now, if I could draw into my other Reficule, that'd be nice. Or... It's a Dark Lord card, right? Even if it isn't, I can discard something else. And this only, let's see, double checking what this card does. Has to be something I control. Okay. Let's go for Itchel. We'll discard our Banishment to the Dark Lord. Let's draw some more cards. Yes. This is funny to me. I summon forth Darkness Reficule and activate the Goblin, who is an upstart. You will take the damage, my friend. So we're going to activate Dark Cure. So now, my opponent summons anything, it's going to be taking some damage. It's a nice thing. Like, if you first turn this against a combo deck, they're going to be in some trouble. And I'm not going to do anything else, because that would be stupid. So I will end my turn. So stand by phase. He's going to take some damage. I will help him with that. Like, even if he negates this, it's like, boom, boom, Wakachoo, you done, son. I've got the pods. The pods telling me that it's time to die, by your own hand, even. And so there's a win against DDDs. Again, we're not starting favorably, but by a little perseverance, we are standing up against the hose. And we don't even have Simochi with us today. Who says you need triple Simochi? To be honest, it's probably a good idea to at least have 2 Simochis. But we don't need it today. We got other things. So let's go for duel number 2. Let's go for duel number 3. Probably go for duel number 4. These are probably going to be very quick. Very, very quick. Yeah, look at the timer. Yeah, we're very quick. Let's go for a third duel. And see what else we can mess with. Alrighty, third opponent of the day. And we finally get to go first. Sweet. Opening hand is not sweet, but it's got potential. I mean, I've got double pot. That's at least something. Getting an extra deck is really not important unless we got Waken the Dragon, so I can banish everything I want. Alrighty. I probably should have played Banishment first, but I can do that later. Alright, let's get the Paths of Destiny. The Destined Hand. We're pretty sad. I should mention today, I'm CCC. That's the name I've picked for today's episode. If you know why it's CCC, let me know in the comments, but no looking it up. Don't go looking it up. Until later, maybe, but for now, if you know off the top of your head, let me know. I'm just saying. You might understand the reference, you might not understand the reference. If you get the reference, you know exactly why I am called CCC today. So let's go ahead and get our Lance. I could just summon Reficule, but, you know, I like to live dangerously. I like to live in the moment. I want to just summon out my way. You know, the whole reason we're playing Reficule today is because we're playing the Condemned Witch here. You know? And this way, if something horribly, horribly, horrible wrong happens, I still have a backup plan. So we're just going to hold on to the touchpad with all of our might and power. And the minute my opponent does pretty much anything, I will tag out into Reficule. So, what does this do again? Summon a Swordsoul, you say? Okay. A Swordsoul, you say? Interesting. That's a little annoying. Well, I can do my traps before he does his synchro play. What is this? Oh yeah, that one. I don't remember what you do. Summon from the deck, he gets to draw 2 cards. Oh wait, no, because I summoned from the deck, he gets to draw 2 cards. Oh. Very nice. I hope you enjoy burn damage. Lots and lots of burn damage. No, I'll save the Lance for later. Ouch, I take damage. It's okay. I can hurt myself a little bit too. Alrighty, well my opponent is gonna have quite the situation for us. That's for sure. Pot of Desires indeed. So the only question right now for us, because we did our due diligence with that hand. Man, one more burn card would have been perfect, but we did not get the burn. Oh, man, now you're going to burn me? That's what you call karma. That's what you call damn old karma. But yeah, the only thing I'm worried about right now, other than him summoning Baron de Fleur and negating all of my things and making me sad, a sad panda, would be him blowing up my back row. Because I have Blazing Mirror Force. I can stop certain things. But I have a bad feeling this guy is going to go for Baron de Fleur, and that's just going to mess up our whole thing. Because that's like an Omni-Negate. Stinky Omni-Negates, Omni-Negating my trap cards. Oh no, he made this one. What does this do again? If you synchro another worm on this card to the field, draw a card. Your opponent special summons, banish a monster. When your opponent activates a spell trap, banish that card. Neato. It doesn't hurt me in any meaningful way. It doesn't negate me, so I'm fine with that. I'm actually glad he went for this guy. Nobody plays this guy as much. Only because Baron de Fleur is a thing, to be completely honest. I mean, like, why would you play this when you can play Baron de Fleur? And I'm saying, you know what? Play the cards you want to play. Not everything has to be about Baron de Fleur. Screw Baron de Fleur. She's a thought. She's a damn thought. Oh, he didn't even attack me. Come on. Be a wussy about it. I forgot. Oof. Bruh. Oh, he forgot. What a dum-dum. He forgot to attack. What kind of fool forgets to attack? That's a foolish fool thing. I mean, I guess he banished my stuff, but, like, what does it matter? Okay, we'll get try and guess, and that'll be game right there. Granted, yeah, my opponent's probably gonna be like, oh, I only lost because of that, but you know what? He would have lost anyway. I got Blazing Mirror Force. You know? It's like, there was literally nothing he could have done about this. So we'll say Synchros, because clearly he has more of those in his deck than I do. And that'll be game right there. And, you know, he'll go ahead and banish me, but that's his prerogative, that's his thing. He can go right ahead and do that. And so, as you can see, I have none. He clearly has more Synchros than I. So, my opponent loses. He probably could have attempted to attack me, but again, Blazing Mirror Force. We might have killed each other, actually. That might have actually been a draw in disguise. Dang. So, yeah, good old GG to you, sir. And let's go for one more. Let's go for one more. Yeah, one more. Alright, yeah, final duel of the day. Duel number 4. My last opponent, a swell guy. You know, he didn't rage, didn't quit. Gave me a hearty GG. Not a lot of people will GG a Nurse Reficule player, it has to be said. I mean, to be fair, Nurse Reficule burn is like, it's a really toxic, like, in certain variations, especially if your opponent's playing, like, Mystic Mine. Which, I played that before, and it is a really, really powerful variant of this deck if you're playing of the Mythic Mine, but, like, sometimes it just gets, like, toxic, you know? It's a little toxic playing that way. Sometimes you just gotta let your opponent do stuff. Like, look at me, I'm letting my opponent do stuff. Who says he's not allowed to do? See, he's got plenty of life points. He's got 2,000 life points. That's a lot of life points if you think about it. Like, how many life points equates to a single human life? Like, each one of those counts as one human life, right? So, really, he has the life of 2,000 people. That's a lot. And yeah, he's gonna summon his Mothman. Nurse Burn will now activate. Good old Dark Cure, he special summoned. He now gains life equal to the Mothman, but he'll instead take the damage. Pretty brutal, it has to be said. So, this is actually going to be an interesting situation here, because my opponent can't do any special summoning. Oh yeah, it's like half the damage. No! Big feet! I got stepped on! I don't even go that way. I prefer to get crushed between thighs, you son of a whore. Oh. And yes, I did just say that, and I meant every word of it. Alright, well, this is a problem. We have one hope. We have a hope. Ladies and gentlemen, we can still win this. My opponent's life is so low that if, big ol' if he summons the king without putting on the, what you call it, if he doesn't put on the lady in white, I can still do things. Okay, smart enough to do that shite. Okay, I'm dead, basically. I'm essentially cadaverific. Because he'll just discard the Thunderbird, and I called that shit. Yeah, he's gonna blow up my Magic Cylinder. And I'm pretty much dead, because our deck does not have great recovery. In fact, one could say our deck has no recovery. Like, we kind of do, in a sense, with, like, things like Waking the Dragon, and, that's pretty much it. Like, if Waking the Dragon gets blown up and all of our extra refuels, we're pretty much dead. I'm just sitting through this guy's plays. You know, I like me some Skull Servants. Skull Servants, one of the strongest decks that nobody can really hate on, because they don't negate, unless they really feel like it. They don't negate, they don't floodgate, they don't do nothing. They do straight damage. So we lose that one. It's unfortunate. We were within an inch. If it wasn't for that damn feat, curse you feet, I would remove all feet from the world if I had that power. Alright, well, let's go for the end screen. Alrighty, everybody, Nurse Burn. We went 3 out of 4 wins. I'd say that's pretty damn good. You know, pretty damn good to say. You know, it's one of those decks where, you know, it's very simple, very clean, despite the fact that it's a trolley burn deck. You know, there's no floodgates in here. This is a deck that's all about just setting up Reficool, and then, you know, healing your opponent until they die of overdosing on whatever the heck Reficool injects into people. That's what this deck is all about. And, you know, obviously, Simochi could be teched out of Dark Cure. You know, obviously, you can see in that 4th duel, like, the weakness of the Dark Cures if you lose the Reficool. But I still like Dark Cure. It's just such a fun card to get off and work, and it could have worked. It was so close to working. If it just hadn't hit Bigfoot, we would have definitely won that duel, I feel. Although he had Thunderbird too, so maybe I'm just making excuses. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed seeing some dang old good Nurse Burn today. If you did, the buttons are below. You know, you do whatever you want. I'm happy with where we're at the channel right now, but I'm always looking to go a little higher as time goes on. So thank you for watching. Next time, I believe, actually, I said Watts before, but I think we actually have to do a Fang of Critias build with, like, the different dragons, like, not Mirror Force dragons. So we're going to do that first. And we'll get into Watts at some point. So thank you for watching. Memphis signing out. See you guys again next time. More Yu-Gi-Oh! Action. Until then, y'all take care, stay safe, stay happy, and you have a good one.